Okay, today's video we're going to talk about is nested if statements. So I'll create a new program. I'll call this one nested if statements. Nested if statements allow you to write if statements within another one. So you could start checking 2 or 3 or multiple statements at once. Looks like would main string args. So today we're going to make up some fictional numbers about the classes here at George Mason. So what we'll do is we'll ask the user to enter in whether they're going into math class or English class. So we will import here, import scanner. So system.out.println, enter in your class. Got the word new there. So now we need to save this as a string since they're typing in a word, and we can't call it class. Let's call it subject equals kb.next, and it's just next because it saves as a string. If the subject equals math, now remember if it's a word, you use dot equals instead of 2 equal signs. 2 equal signs are reserved for math, for numerical values. So if it equals, let's say math here, I want to check the class size. So I'm going to say system.out.println, enter in your class size. Let's make up some numbers here that the perfect math class is 22 students. We could put inside of here if class size, so I need to save this as int class size equals kb.nextInt. I want to check the class size. If class size equals 22, we'll say something that system.out.println, that is the perfect size. Now let's say anything above 22, else if class size is greater than or equal to 23, we don't want it to be equal to 22, we'll say system.out.println, that is too big. So if it goes into this line 11, if they actually type in math, then it will go and ask its size, and it will go check class size. Now if it equals 22, if this is true, it will do this block here. If it is true, it won't even check this one. Then at 19, if this one is true, if it's greater than 22, it'll print out that's too big. And then the final situation, and we just put else, is 22 is perfect, 23 or greater is too big, we could just put out here system.println, that is too small. Now this only works for math. If they type in anything else, it will just skip this entire block from line 12 down to 27. So I'll put another else if subject dot equals, and I'm going to put ignore case. What that does, it allows the user to type in something where they don't have to worry about whether it's capitalized or not. Let's put in English. And we could capitalize the S if we wanted, just showing that the ignore case means nothing. Don't forget, we never put a semicolon after an if statement. None of these if statements, else if or the else, have semicolons. Well, Now if we go inside of English, let's go system.println. Let's say enter in your height. Let's say for some reason there's a height requirement for English. Then we put int height equals kb.next int, and we will check your height. Let's say you are greater than or equal to 72 inches, meaning you're above 6 foot. We'll just print out you are too tall for English. You are too tall for English. And then let's say else if height, let's say you're less than or equal to 60 inches. System.out.println, you are too short for English. So if you're less than 5 foot tall, you're too short for English. If you're above 6 foot tall, you're too tall for English. Everybody else is perfect for English. Should do great in the English class. Perfect. That means if you're above 72 inches, it will check here. It won't even look at the rest of this. So if you're above 6 foot tall, you'll be in there. Then it goes here. This is for anybody less than 5 foot tall. This will catch everybody else, the people between 5 and 6 foot tall. And the only way it could get here is if you're not true for the top two clauses of the if statement. Well, let's just run this. Just make sure it actually works. So enter in math. How many people in your math class? 17. That is too small. Worked. Let's check English. Remember, English is, we could do all capitals and it should work because it says ignore case. What is your height? I'm 75 inches tall. You are too tall for English. This is called a nested if statement. You could have if statements within if statements, and this could go on for technically infinite amount of time. That's nested if statements.